Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 18th Big Buck Hunter World Championship live from Buckfest in Nashville, Tennessee. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise! Notable mentions, obviously, with a lot of great players that are playing. Garrett Pilley's been kind of an up-and-comer. I'm excited he can see what he can do from Seattle. But nonetheless, it's going to be a great weekend of competition. We got 128 players in the main competition. We have our noise, everybody. It's time for the show open.
That we were playing against each other. Like, it's just the greatest game ever played.
So don't blow it. Oh, yeah. Now there's a few last things left standing in your way. So how about I shut up so you can play? All right. 15. What is that? That's home. And then we've got a hand-painted Big Buck Hunter guitar. This thing is one of a kind. Painted by a local Nashville artist. His name's Moby. And the thing looks amazing. You will literally never see anything like it again. So 44 rookies. How is that, right?
It comes down to the wire.
Match number 5. Let's jump into match 5 if we can. It's Ken Pegg versus Kevin Roast here on the main stage.
Kevin Roast starting off pretty hot there, going up by about 1,800 points, really starting things off hot in game number 5. Everybody else is getting ready to start.
And as we do that, got to take a moment to thank Keystone Light, our presenting sponsor. The hunt for Keystone Light Orange Can is back, and there's more than ever before. If you find one this weekend, go to KeystoneLight.com to learn more. Celebrate responsibly. And, of course, big shout out to Coors Brewing, Keystone Light out of Golden, Colorado for the support. And, of course, that's actually not just live in the venue here. As you can get an orange Keystone Light can anywhere. You can win some prizes by going online to KeystoneLight.com. Let's jump back into the action here. It's Ken Pegg versus Kevin Rost.
Did you already find that orange can? You got it hidden here on the desk?
I'm two beers in, 2 Keystones in, and I'm still looking.
All right, well, we'll see if you come away with a big orange can and a victory on your side as Ken Pegg looks to come away with one on his. That second sight for Kevin Rost ends up doling out early, giving up $5 over to Ken Pegg. That is the kind of monumental swing you cannot have in any matchup here in the first round because you will find yourself to reload back it quick.
Yeah, I want to take a moment to shout out Ken Pegg, a rookie in this year's competition from Spirit Lake, Idaho. An amazing story. There was no Big Buck Hunter cabinets in northern Idaho, but a gentleman who is so incredibly passionate by the name of Garrett Pilley, who's been dominating the ranks the last couple of years, made it happen, helped a first cabinet arrive to one bar. Now there's 5 cabinets in 5 locations, and 3 people from Idaho are coming to this tournament. That's what the Big Buck Hunter community is all about, which you'll love to see. So shout out to Ken Pegg, one of those rookies from Idaho, and you love to see the community growing in all different regions across the world.
And that's what the Big Buck Hunter family is, ever growing, ever expanding, and it's all about the love of the game. They come here to play it. You can see here, but it looks like another doe out coming through before that dangerous trophy is claimed, so both players having a rough sight there. Philip Beaupre, meanwhile, up by 5,000 in his. Chris Burgess and Bill O'Malley in a tight game. Bill O'Malley's one of the guys that I think the players were talking about as maybe one of the dark horses in this tournament. So game 2, I think we need to jump right into that one.
Let's make it happen. Meanwhile, got some good matches here. We'll keep you updated on Kevin Roast versus Ken Pegg, which is a 1,000-point difference. But jumping into game number, is this 2? Nope, so we're sticking on here. Let's stick on here for 5 because this is a close one, Colin. Kevin Roast starts strong, gets the first 2 bucks. Can he get the third? Third deer picked up here. Can he get the 4th with the bow? Yes, he does. Kevin Rost is looking perfect right now. Gets the 4th. Finally does out, but does enough damage to dominate and extend his lead. And I agree with you now. Let's switch on over to game 2, Bill O'Malley versus Chris Burgess if we can.
Let's see what site they're going on as well, as both of these games are starting to get into their closing sites. I think we're looking at 4 or 5.
we're back on the stage with Ken
wait
here.
for him to-
Ken, how many years have you been playing at the World Championships?
What's up?
1 year. This is your rookie year.
He's not calling the shots.
So how do you feel about being on the stage for the very first time? Let me set the stage here. You're probably normally playing at a bar, the game's next to the bathroom, or whatever, you're getting bumped. Tell me what it's like to be on this World Championship stage for the first time.
It's exciting. It's exciting to be out here playing for real. We do quite a bit of practice. The bar, it's not at the bathroom, it's near the bathroom. It's a fun time. I'm really excited. I'm just sad that I dote out. We have one rule, which is just don't doe out, and I did that more than once.
I saw you. I figured it was a little bit nerves. Did you feel a little bit nervous up there?
Not so much during the matches, definitely now and before the matches. During the matches, it's a match. You shoot, you do the best you can. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. Today was not.
Well, welcome here to Nashville. Welcome to World Championship. You're done for today, but we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. Back to you guys.
Victory there as well. Garrett Pilley, a man who is ever expanding the Big Buck Hunter family, is getting ready to take his first matchup on stage.
Yeah, Garrett's one I mentioned earlier from Seattle, Washington. Owns a little bit of investment property in Idaho and was there visiting his property and realized there's not a Big Buck cabinet in any bar here. Convinced a bar owner to buy one, and now there's 5 and 3 people competing this weekend from Northern Idaho. It's an amazing story. That's what makes Big Buck so great, are those community stories. Garrett Pilley now up in a 2v2, or 2-2 score. Make it 3-3 score. What a nail-biter to start. Look at this.
Meanwhile, coming up on stage as well, Alex Gage, one of the guys from Kings of the Weekend, one of that New York-based Buck Hunter crews, is about to make his Buck Hunter debut here this weekend on game number 1. But Garrett Pilley and his opponent,
is this a whole family we see on screen right now, Kyle? I see 3 children. And it's almost 8 p.m. Past their bedtime. You love to see it, supporting their family.
It's past my bedtime.
All right, back to Garrett Pilley versus Mike Von Arx. Good start for Garrett Pilley. And he is running away with this site number 2 after a close site number 1. Garrett Pilley starts to dominate. And also a great story because he came to the Big Buck Championship 2 years ago after qualifying online and didn't even know it was a head-to-head. He thought it was just like qualifying online where you play solo Trek Adventures. And he got 20th place, I think, in his first year, maybe 30th, and then improved last year. Really great story.
The guy with the open mouth face just staring at the competition is exactly my face when we heard that story about him not knowing that it was head-to-head. I said, my man, how did you not know that the World Championship, you might have to take somebody else down in order to come away with all those big bucks? Garrett Pilley, though, absolutely dominant here against Mike Van Ark.
Let's switch it over, matchup, if we can, to game number 5. We got a close one. Nicole Wilson with a lead right now over Rogelio, who ate
kettle here, or he's going to find himself in the reload bracket quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Anessa, part of the Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
She needs one big site win here to find herself in the winner's seat, in the driver's seat. Into another one. Amy Green finds the first 2 and then does out, John. She finds 2 and does out. That is not a good sign for her.
There's one rule in this competition, Colin. What is it?
Don't go out.
Amy Green, what are you doing? No, I'm just kidding. Love you, Amy. It happens to the best of us. It ain't overheat. This last site will be everything, Colin.
Hey, look, I had Amy Green in a parlay. She's killing that right now. I need to find a way to win in this one as she goes into another site.
Jump back into round 1. If you're just tuning in, welcome to the Big Buck Hunter World Championship live from Buckfest. This is the inaugural Buckfest, a celebration of all things Big Buck Hunter arcade games from Play Mechanics. All you can play arcade, family friendly, partially not family friendly with some alcohol. It's just a great time across the board.
Janelle Hanna with a big victory in game number 2. She went up 5,000 on her opponent, comes away with a beautiful win there. 6,000.
A rookie from Regina, part of the Canadian crew, but unfortunately is going to be sent down to the reload round. Meanwhile, we're getting ready for our next matchup. So we got a couple good comeback round for Trevor. I believe Trevor did claw back a little bit there with a little bit of a lead.
Rundle finds the first one, now the second. 4 more bucks on the board to be picked up by either player. And that looks like an answer from Dave Schaefer, but instead it's a doe out as he gets a little overzealous, and Jamie Rundle will dominate this site.
You cleaned him out. You just can't doe out. You cannot doe out.
I mean, that's the story right now. We were talking about that going into round 2. The nerves are going to get ratcheted up a little bit. You might try to get a quick fire shot off early and find yourself in the back seat watching your opponent play the rest of the round.
You go for that deep one, or you just make a little mistake. And you're playing a champ, so sometimes you got to play a little aggressive.
On our screens of maybe a closer matchup, as I believe we were only in the second site with Mr. Sean Stafford knotting things up against Garrett Pilley.
Now, you know what Sean Stafford likes to do, right?
Drink a beer and dough out.
Drink a beer and dough out. He did it in round one, but he made it through.
Right now, Garrett's trying to make sure he doesn't make it through in this one. Up by 1,100, Garrett. He's building his own little community up there in Idaho. Do you love to hear that?
Yeah, well, Garrett told me a story about this. Is the third version of their rivalry here. And 3 years ago, Garrett played Jacqueline, and there was a loss there. Last year, he put Sean Stafford out in the first round, and now they're playing again.
So it's basically a rubber match. Garrett Pilley versus the Stafford family.
And he's not big. You just clean him out again. There's the dough. I told you, there's the dough.
He's got to stop doing that. I don't think that's a great strategy out of Sean Stafford.
You know, it really isn't. I'm surprised he hasn't learned by now, but he just hasn't.
I don't know if anybody's told him. That's the problem. Somebody's got to tell him.
I wrote a song about it.
Okay.
I literally put it in a song. He's not listening.
Yeah, but can he listen? Like, can he actually understand what you were saying?
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I need to have a sidebar with him.
Say your accent was thick in that song, baby.
I was trying to be country.
It was good. I loved it. I was singing along over here. I didn't know what words were going to come out of your mouth, but I was singing along anyway.
It's my Nashville, you know? I'm down in Nashville.
Hell yeah, baby. Welcome to the South. 3-3 and a dangerous trophy, though, going over to Garrett Pilley. 5,000-point differential. This will be another dominant performance, but meanwhile, Cody McDonald sends George Robertson to the reload bracket.
Let's look at game 2 here. This is a huge matchup. We got Fed, number 2 seed, getting on stage for the first time against Alex Darrow. Darrow hasn't been here in a few years, but he's a past champ. He's got the chops. 2012, I think. No, 2010. I think it was a while ago.
15 years ago.
It was a while ago.
The third one. It was the third one. If this is 18.
Yeah. So it's been a while, and he comes and goes. He'll take a break, and he'll come back. But this is a big matchup, 2 heavyweights.
Yeah, 2 heavyweights indeed. I didn't get a chance to ask Federico, but I would have loved to ask him how he felt about that curveball of seeing a bonus round he hadn't seen all year.
Well, the first thing that I saw him do was take out his phone and start to film the bonus round so that he could go back to his seat and memorize it.
God bless that man and everything that he does. Here we go with the first sight in game number 2. Let's swap over to there as Garrett Pilley has
age, and you're just right there with them watching this happen. You could just feel the tension and feel the emotions from them pouring out while they're waiting for that.
Try to come back in this secondary sight and make sure that Abby Rutko cannot run away with. Did Garrett Pilley just finish up on stage? It looked like he just came off, John. Did we have a score from that game?
I think Garrett lost it by a lot. RJ takes the win over Garrett Pilley. Congrats to Garrett to making it to round 3.